G'day scrappers. Well, I'm doing a few vintage style PC equipment from the shed, part of my garage clean out. This is basically just a 5¼ inch floppy drive. It's a wang. We all like the wangs. Well, kinda. Yeah, so I don't really even know why I kind of kept these. I suppose I kept them to show people, you know, and see if anyone's interested. But time to just get rid of them because I'm just trying to clean out, and I'm not interested in reselling. So they're basically, yeah, just it's a floppy drive bay, but it does have a few boards, at least two. So we might as well have a look. And so this outer cover is all aluminium, and no doubt I'm going to get people saying, oh, you could have sold that for whatever. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I know the deal, and just not interested. Probably the worst people to try and sell to are vintage collectors, because they end up just lowballing you anyway, and I might as well use it for video content. So there's a really nice high grade board here, yeah, being a wang system, it's probably not the most popular kind of system, but I've got a couple of these floppy drive bays, and one of them's IBM, as well as an IBM PC, vintage, very like antique almost. So I'm going to scrap them both out. But what I will do is I'll take out these floppy drives, and I won't scrap the floppy drives until I give people a chance to say, hey, you know, I could use those drives. Right, so there you go, 5¼ interesting. I'll just keep it like that. I usually, you know, try and keep things for at least a couple of weeks until people get a chance to see the video. Well, these two are actually different. This board's a lot smaller. Not sure what the deal is, but oh yeah, and there's also a board underneath. It looks like one big main board, so that'll be pretty cool. Huge power supply here. But yeah, just trying to get rid of all the things that I just put aside in the shed, so I can continue with my garage clean out, and I need that shed cleaned out before I can go any further. So it's even a nice backplane board. Yeah, but this is a really nice high grade board. Wow, look at the size of this board here. That's pretty cool. The camera always cuts out straight up, and that's okay. It should be okay from here on. But yeah, I was about to say I'm still busy. Got a pretty big pickup in a couple of days. It's really never ending, and so I'm trying to do this garage clean out, and I'm also making a separate video on that. It's not all about just emptying the garage. It's processing stuff as I go. So they're probably not really designed to pull apart. But this is one heck of a board. Well, there goes the power supply. So yeah, with this I'm just going to open it up and get the low grade boards out. Okay, a bit awkward, but we'll get there. Okay, that should do it. So we got these two ribbon wires, and obviously I want to keep these with the floppies, because you know, they're in pretty good condition and they wouldn't be very easy to get, and so if someone's interested in the floppies, or at least you know you got the ribbon wire, so it'll save you a lot. All right. Look at that. Now that's, you know, a very nice high grade board. Some of these chips might be really good, but it just takes too long to look them up and then trying to sell them. You know, pretty good fingers as well. You know, can even take off the fingers and still get a high grade board out of it. Really nice. Blank back. Second board. So it'd be interesting to see the difference of the boards between this Wang system and the IBM system that I'm doing next, and then I'm gonna finish off with doing the actual IBM PC. So it's a different board, but again, nice fingers, all chips, nice, very high grade board. And then we've got a super board. Things are falling all over the place, but yeah, got a super board here, and here we've got Intel from 1979, 78, 79 ceramic CPU, and yeah, so I'd remove that, and I'll check out these. They're actually original Wang EPROMs. All memory chips, so pretty amazing boards for just a floppy drive, really. All three high grade, and there's also a backplane board here, which is also a high grade because the pins are amazing on it. Yeah, so not sure if you can see the gold pins in there, but they're pretty good. And this will, because it's such a vintage board, it'll definitely go as a high grade board, original Wang board. And there we go. Well, that's pretty cool. This part here, this is all mostly scrap steel, so I can get rid of this. Bit of brass, it's kind of more copperish, but I'll just throw it into brass, whatever I can get. But there we go. Well, that's one. And yeah, from that we got 4 high grade boards, so can't complain about that. That's a super board. We're going to get a bonus ceramic CPU here. That's a high grade board. We can even take off the fingers, and the same with that. So, you know, still good value. And obviously got the power supply. I'll just open this up in my own time, get the low grade boards out of it. And obviously the 2 5¼ floppy drives with the ribbon cables. And as you can see, they're kind of different. And yeah, MDS. And this one's, yeah, but July 1991 they're dated. So what's that, 34 years old. So it goes into the vintage category. Not necessarily, I think it needs to be over 50 years old for it to be antique, but there you go. I'll get the IBM one now. Okay, so the same kind of thing, but this one's the IBM XT. So yeah, and straight after this is probably the main show. It's the, I think it's the IBM PC that this come with. So that might be exciting. We'll check it out. This one's interesting too, I think. Check that out. Wow. So it's a completely different 5¼ system here. This looks like it's actually older than the Wang. Completely different boards. So once again, I'll keep the floppies temporary, but I'll probably keep this board as well, because this was connected to there and then to the floppies. So this might be the driver for the floppies as well. So it might be pretty interesting. And this cable, I dare say, wouldn't be very common, just the way it's set up. No, it actually looks quite simple actually. So, but definitely keep it for the floppies. And a lot of connectors, so it might be good for a replacement, but okay. Whoop. Okay, so these boards are pretty much completely separated. I don't think it's going to be easy enough to yeah, they're completely separate boards, so I think this is a bit more complicated. Yeah, it's got so many connectors and wires running around, so I really don't think these floppies are going to be much good to anyone. Okay, another card here, a really long card. Wow, this is amazing, an amazing card. Look at all these memory chips, quite amazing actually. Really heavy. That's interesting. And the board, yeah, it's not as big as the Wang system, so it might be a bit more modern. Just trying to work out how to get these floppies out. Yeah. They might not be as easy as I thought. There goes the power supply. That was easy. Big old power supply. Oh yeah, just got a few screws on the side. There we go. Okay. Wasn't too bad. I really doubt anyone would be interested. It's a very different system. It's, see, it's got this kind of like a latch trap door. So you put the floppy in and then it closes onto the floppy. Quite bizarre. Well, I just want to get these out the way and get to the real business. There we go. Still got a good belt on it. All right. Well, just a matter of getting this board out. Oh, it's actually got a very nice CPU in it. Check this out. Whoa, beautiful. It's got a little protective cover over it. Oh, it's come straight out. Look at that. Gold legs, gold caps, ceramic. It's an IBM, genuine. That's a bit damaged, but yeah, that's pretty. Highest grade CPU by weight. It's all gold there, guys. Inside there, gold bonding wires. That's what we want. Good stuff. Put that aside. Okay, and then yeah, memory chips. Again, a high grade board. Some of these, you know, removable chips will also be very good. That's also an IBM chip. Very good for gold recovery. Very high-end motherboard, if you like. Alright, well, that was just the floppies. Now let's do the main IBM system that I think this came as part of. I think these were part of a hoarders pickup that I did probably a few years ago now, and I just put them aside. Didn't want to deal with them at the time, and yeah, now's the time. So get rid of this and let's go for the main show, the actual IBM PC. But before we do that, so we've got our very quite corroded power supply, our great board, which had the beautiful CPU, fantastic, the two very unusual floppy drives, again they're genuine IBM, they're a latch door rather than, you know, your side. Very unusual, really old school. They look in pretty good condition, to be honest. So a couple of them, again, 2 weeks I'll keep them. Fantastic board here with all these memory chips, really great card. And this one here, that looked like the actual floppy controller board, and in really good condition. So they would probably go with that, as well as the cable. And then these boards here that were on top of the floppies, so no doubt they're required. So that's quite a intense floppy drive system. I mean, this is what the whole unit was about. It's not a computer. It's, you know, surprising why it needs a CPU like that. But obviously back in the day. So that's beautiful. So let's do the actual PC and have a look at that. Okay, well, here we go. The IBM AT personal computer, and I'm pretty sure this was part of the floppy thing, but although it's also got its own floppy drive, so it seems like this is a more modern one, so it might not be part of the same system. Let's have a look at this. So far, the two floppy systems were pretty amazing. Okay, well, it's certainly got two very nice long cards here and a pretty big motherboard. Just got to work out, see what the actual CPU is all about, if there is one. It's got a really nice old school hard drive, and it looks in really nice condition actually. I'll just undo a few screws. Okay, just to get this floppy system out. Wish I had a lot more of these vintage systems, I tell you. I've got a few different old school oddball things still in the shed, so we'll probably get there. All right, well, for a start, it looks like this hard drive is going to come. All right, a Microtech. Yeah, nice. Check it out, board. It's even got a, wow, it's got a gold EPROM here, gold legs, ceramic. Now I'll leave it on for now because, yeah, so it's got a main board here, and then it will have another board on the actual hard drive, but that's a gold ceramic, gold legs, gold cap. It might be an EPROM because it's got the sticker over it, and they usually only put it to protect the data, the memory on the EPROM. And here's our 5 1/4 floppy, and it's actually a very beautiful, very clean floppy drive. Wow, 1986. Yeah, it's very clean, and yep, this little latch can break a lot, but the mechanism works perfectly. This is actually a good one. So you old school guys, yep, you know, I'm scrapping it, but I'm not necessarily, you know, scrapping all the components. So chill out. Nice set of ribbon wire here. Because I get a lot of people, you know, give me a hard time, and you know, I've been processing eWaste for like 10 years, so I'm over the, oh, you could have sold that, you know, and could have sold that. Save your breath, because been there, done that. It's more trouble than anything. So let's get this card out, or these two cards out, and start getting into the actual motherboard. Okay, how's that? Another ceramic EPROM here, and yeah, very high grade PCI card. And again, yeah, super high grade PCI card. Wow, that's intense. I bet these would have been very expensive back in the day. Hey. All right, well, motherboard. Let's see what we can do here. Just wow, a really old school lithium battery here. Very unique. I see a nice ceramic CPU. So we've pretty much got everything here. It's all complete. Good sign. Got the power supply, and that's a nice one. A bit dirty, but looks pretty good actually. And there we have it. Wow, what a motherboard. And we've got a beautiful Intel ceramic CPU here, 84. This will be gold capped underneath. We might as well take it out because we're not going to do anything with the motherboard. And there we have it. It's kind of like almost like a Motorola, but it's, you know, it's an IBM, and it's a beautiful CPU. 84, yeah. Wow, how's that? It's only tiny, you know. Could have been bigger. Could have been a Pentium 4, but this is way before Pentium 4. Not a Pentium 4, I mean a Pentium Pro, but it's way before a Pentium Pro. But very nice. All these memory chips, these would be loaded with gold recovery, so you can always pinch a few of the memory chips, or all of them actually, and put it into you know, motherboards. And all these plastic ICs, like these two, they're IBM, oh sorry, Intel plastic ICs. And when it comes to old school plastic ICs, they can be really good for gold recovery. Hit and miss, but let's have a look anyway. If we can. Yep. Yeah, so definitely gold throughout. You can see the gold all through that. So definitely these plastic ones, Intels, are good for gold recovery, and they'll all go into regular ICs. And one day I'm going to probably end up, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for my IC chips. First I need to separate ceramic ICs to plastics, but most of the plastics that I get are from very vintage stuff, so they're going to be great for gold recovery. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Just see if I can. Yeah, just wanted to see what was under. It's also an Intel ceramic IC. Again, it's going to be super for gold recovery. All you have to do with the ceramics to see is just to pop the cap off. So we've removed the ceramic cap. There's no value there at all. And in there we reveal the gold inside. So, you know, usually this vintage, anything ceramic is always going to be gold. And very nice. Wow. Well, how's that? So out of that board, a super motherboard with a beautiful CPU in there, and two extremely high-grade cards, and then the very clean, beautiful floppy drive. This is a good one. This is a real good one, and so I suggest that you old school guys, if you see this video in the next couple of weeks or so, no point in contacting me 1 year after the video is done, because these will be gone one way or the other. And actually a very, very clean, beautiful hard drive here that could be used as a replacement hard drive. So yeah, really nice. Well, that's it, guys. Thought I'd just start on some of the vintage stuff that I've got packed away that I don't even know it's actually there. Yeah, and yeah, just making room in my shed and just clearing everything out, and I'll be continuing to scrap things out of there, and then yeah, I can finally start on the garage and move my garden stuff into the shed and get a bit organized. So yeah, until the next video, don't know what it's going to be. It's most likely going to be some more vintage sort of stuff. We'll just play it by ear, but keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you real soon with the next one.